I did go through the Ministry of Regulations report, and I find it quite problematic. In fact, for one, it didn't give me any percentage of what was the level of support within the sector for regulatory changes. I feel like it talked about a lot of things, but didn't give me any solid numbers. There's a lot of assumptions that's being made in there. So I think paying a bill based on that report is problematic. And we have heard from across the board, both in terms of educators, parents, and also independent agencies, raising concern over the change and particularly around children's safety. So I guess my first question then to the minister is, considering this affects children severely, why was there no child impact statement done as far as we can see?
Well, first of all, the legislation is crystal clear that the paramount objective is the safety of children. If you want to argue that putting that in statute and holding someone accountable for it is somehow a step backwards in child safety, you can, but I'm not sure how that'll go for you.
I don't think that's what I was asking. I think I asked a very clear question, which why was there, I mean, it's a democratic process, and we do have process and requirements as parliament, as lawmakers. We are holding you as the minister, as the executive speaking through the chair, accountable. So one of the key pieces when we're looking at any bills that affect children is the child impact statement. So I can't make an informed judgment without knowing the full scope, and particularly not just based on the report that was produced by the Ministry for Regulations. So where is the child impact statement?
The Ministry for Regulation consulted literally thousands of people. It's listened to them. It came up with recommendations that are accepted by the government. The changes that have been made to the licensing criteria have been widely consulted by thousands of people again. So, if you want to hang your hat on a child impact statement, which is not any kind of statutory or regulatory process that is normal in government, then you can. But I would just say that the fact that we are putting in statute that the paramount objective of early childhood education is child safety and protection, like it's not really clear. Would a child impact statement have said, no, don't do that? I think it probably would have said it's a good idea.
It would talk about whether it achieves that or not.
Lawrence has got another sup, and then
yeah. So I mean, fine if the minister doesn't actually want to respond to the question. That's all good.
Well,
I don't mind. Can I just check one other question?
Responded to your question.
You have addressed my question. That's the difference from responding.
We can have this two ways. You want to argue, talk over me, you can. If you want to be snippy, you can. If you want me to answer
your question, it goes both ways as well, Minister.
Through the chair, Lawrence.
I've got less to worry about.
Give the questions. We'll take the answers. Last up.
Sure. Does the minister agree with the submission by Mana Mokopuna to say that they have serious concerns? And also, as the independent body, which is one of our national prevention mechanisms under OPCAT, would the minister consider listening to the child commissioner to say that this work needs to be paused because there are serious concerns with the risk that it presents to the child, but also in terms of our obligations under UNCROC?
Everyone's been really clear all the way through this that child safety is the #1 objective. Now, if you're concerned about child safety, that's something that you would celebrate. But, some people are here for politics.
Mana Mokopuna's concerned.
Okay, so have you got a question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so just indicate to me and then I'll give you a question.
Thank you. So given your answer that you agree that Mana Mokopuna has serious concerns, our question is, and what are you going to do about the serious concerns that have been raised by the Children's Commissioner about this legislation? It is one thing to have a statement, a clause in your legislation which says it will be paramount. It is another thing to show us, demonstrate to everybody how that's going to be achieved with what you're proposing to do. The Children's Commissioner has raised serious concerns. Are you going to respond to those serious concerns that have been raised?
Well, first of all, if you can tell us what any of those concerns are, we'll be happy to address them.
Have you read it?
Hold on,
Yes,
can we
I
let him
have,
finish,
but,
please?
you know, why
And
why don't
I'm
you tell
asking
me?
you. Not you ask me, I'm
well,
asking
just-
you.
as
Can we
far-
let him finish? Otherwise, I'm going to cut the question.
We're
It's him to answer the
We're
question.
we're quite comfortable that the concerns have been addressed. And, you know, I think to listen to what you're saying, oh, well, you know, the law in itself is not enough.
One clause.
The question is, how will it be implemented and how will it take place? Well, I think, you know, as I laid out at the beginning, this is part of a wider change in the way that regulation is done. We will have everything that we have now. However, we will also have, as far as this bill goes, a clear statutory purpose for doing the regulation. And that hasn't been in place before. People haven't had a law saying this is the objective of regulating early childhood, so that all parties can be clear, because Parliament has spoken and said you're doing this, the paramount reason, paramount objective, you're doing this for child safety. Now, of course, you can talk about how it will be implemented, but we're here actually to talk about the legislation. That's the purpose of this hearing.